What's up, y'all? It's your boy J Nev, back with another special edition of The Last Word. It's fight night, May versus Mac. I got my boy Ashley Jones on here, and we about to get y'all a little preview. So, not to, bore y'all too much, I'm gonna give y'all a little background on the fight. Obviously, we know Conor MacGregor is from the MMA. We know Floyd Mayweather is 49-0, one of the best boxers of this era. They're fighting at a 154-pound catch weight. They look like they weighed in pretty good yesterday. It's been kind of a circus. We got two guys that are really not known in this for being good guys in their sport, not really liked in their sport, Mr. Ashley Jones. So tell me what you know about Mr. MacGregor, Mr. Conor MacGregor.
All I really know is that he's an MMA fighter, and he has a really good record. He's one of the best, and I've never seen him in a boxing ring. I know this is his first time, so like I say, we'll see what he do tonight.
So not too much, eh? I've watched a little. I'm not a big UFC fighter, but I watched a UFC fighter. Of course, I'm not a UFC fighter. I'm not a big UFC fan, but I've watched a few of his fights on film, especially the ones against Nate Diaz. They always catch my attention. And what I do notice about Conor MacGregor's, hand-to-hand skills. Obviously, it's a boxing match. He won't be doing any kicking or elbowing unless he wants to be fined or disqualified. But he's got some pop. He's got some pop. Now, whether he can land those shots tonight is a different subject. But he does definitely have some, explosive pop in his hands, especially his left hand. He fights a lot out of the southpaw stance. All right. Well, without further ado, tell me what you know about Mayweather.
I done watched a few of his fights. He's a good defensive fighter. He's undefeated. He's a hell of a boxer. I know he can hit hard, and he done had a lot of knockouts, and that's what
he can hit hard.
Yeah.
Well,
from what I didn't see.
Well, he's not. Well, the reason why I said it like that, I wasn't trying to be funny, but he's not really known for, heavy hitting. He's only got 26 knockouts in 49 professional fights. Obviously, he hadn't lost. That's not.
I mean, like the few fights that I didn't see. Like with it, I forgot the guy that he fought, the one that was getting overexcited, and he ended up knocking the guy out after the referee was trying to slow things down and talk to the scores table.
Okay, but that was more of a controversial knockout, though. I mean, when you talk to most people like that, that's what they're gonna say. So, but anyway, so obviously the biggest storyline going into this is we got Conor MacGregor, who's never fought a professional boxing match, versus Floyd Mayweather, who's never lost a professional boxing match. Is there any way Conor MacGregor can pull this off? And if so, how? What does he have to do, in your opinion?
You gotta knock him out, and you gotta knock him out of release.
Yeah, but how? But how does he go about doing that? I mean, we know a knockout will give him the victory, but how is he? What strategy-wise can he pull off that nobody else has pulled off? That'll work, that you think will give him the best chance of, getting that knockout.
You gotta rough him up. You gotta get in his head. You gotta talk to him, and he just gotta get a little extra physical. Meaning, a little, like I said.
What, elbows, kicks, flying back fists, and stuff he's not supposed to be able to do?
No, not all of that extra stuff. But I'm talking about just a little something.
Not. Bite his ear off like Mike Tyson. Maybe that.
No, but like I said, it's quite possible that he can win. But
he says,
like I said, he just gotta ruffle his feathers.
Ruffle his feathers. Well, that's quite the strategy, man. I'm gonna have to write that down if I ever become a boxing trainer. I'm gonna write that down on the chalkboard for my fighter. I'm gonna say ruffle his feathers. I'm say that's all you gotta do. Ruffle his feathers.
It's not a bad strategy, like I said. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it probably looked like a little cheap. hey, you go with it and get your W, because that's what you there for.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's no way Conor McGregor can come out and win this fight. You mentioned ruffles, fellas. I watched a lot of Mayweather fights, not all of them live, but I go back and watch a lot of old fights. You know, I like to watch film and stuff like that across all sports. But I've seen people try to rough Mayweather up. Yes, I know he's a little older now, and this guy, you know, comes from a rougher sport. But I've seen people try to rough Mayweather up, and it seems to work a little while, but, you know, nobody's ever able to sustain it. So I have trouble believing Conor McGregor, you know, any dirty trick tactic he can attempt to do. I doubt he can do it on a consistent level, because Floyd is just so smart in the ring. And not to mention, Floyd is actually kind of a rough fighter too. He is not known for it. But I want you guys to pay attention, the guys who are watching the fight, guys and gals. Watch Mayweather when they get on the inside, the clinches especially, and watch how he uses little sneaky tactics to keep his guy from you know, getting too close to him, and also keeping him at bay and not being able to get off with some of those rough tactics. He's really sneaky inside, man. Mayweather, I know a lot of people don't like him, but this dude, man, he know how to fight, and he can beat you in any kind of fight from what I've seen. You know, I know he gets labeled as a defensive fighter because, you know, that's primarily what he does. That's the way he fights, but he's also pretty good offensively. He's all his punches are crisp, all his punches are accurate. He's hard to hit, and he know how to get down with the dirty guys as well. He's just not known for that. So, man, I'm gonna just be real, y'all. Ain't no way Conor McGregor walking out of this thing with a win. I'm sorry, it's no way he's walking out of this thing with a win. And if he does, I'm calling rigged, so they can make a couple of more $100 million from a couple extra fights, because that's the only way McGregor's making it out of this thing with a dub. So with that being said, Mr. Jones, what's your final verdict? What's your final prediction?
I think it's gonna push to like maybe 4 or 5 rounds, and Mayweather gonna knock McGregor out.
I'm with you on that. I ain't got no particular round, but I think the fight will go as long as Floyd wants it to go. If he wants it to go 12, it'll go 12. If he wants it to go 4 or 5, then he is gonna go 4 or 5. I am predicting a knockout, either, you know, by the traditional 10-second down flat on your face, or by TKO, the referee stopping it. I think the ball is totally in Mayweather's hands. Now, I say that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does go the distance, because I feel like, you know, Mayweather's kind of conscious of what the fans think, and he's mentioned that. I don't know if he's just hyping up the fight or not, or just saying stuff that he knows people like to hear. But he has mentioned he wants to get the fans, you know, an exciting fight, because he's notoriously known for meticulously picking apart his opponents, and a lot of viewers find it to be boring because they want to see fireworks and haymakers and stuff like that. And, you know, the reality is he just don't fight like that. So he has kind of, you know, teased us and saying, you know, he was going to walk in and fight more straightforward. You know, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I do believe he can control and dictate the pace of the fight, because he's going in there with somebody who doesn't have that type of ring experience. So, I mean, my prediction is I think Mayweather will knock him out. I just can't tell you when, because to me it's all up to him when he want to knock him out. Any final thoughts, verdicts, any comments you'd like to add before we get on up out of here? Just don't bring up Jay Cutler. Just don't bring up Jay Cutler.
I'm good.
All right, man. Well, this was the last word, y'all. We gonna try to give y'all a little post-fight analysis. I'm gonna try to have my boy Dirk. Y'all know y'all ain't heard from him in a while, so I'm gonna try to have him on. But thank y'all for tuning in. This was the last word. Y'all enjoy the fight, and peace.